friends, Jewel back with another super cool astrology video, and I wanted to address the synastry aspect of partner's sun inconjunct other partner's moon. And what happens when we see this interesting and not very rare contact in synastry. So the sun is one person's outer energy, their identity, what we want to be seen and appreciated for, the ego, our creativity, and has a lot to do with what makes us, feel warm or powerful in the sense that we're appreciated and seen. The moon is our inner being, our inner landscape, what we crave, what makes us feel safe, what we want to bring into our lives to make us feel nurtured, and our style of nurturing as well. And the sun represents the masculine and the moon represents the feminine. So when these two come together in an inconjunct angle, and that's going to be, plus or minus 1 or 2 degrees at a 150-degree angle, we see some misunderstanding, first of all, because of the way that planets behave in an inconjunct aspect. And if you don't know what inconjunctions are, I have a video specifically on that you can find on a different playlist. I think it's under aspects in the natal chart, maybe, or aspects in astrology. So the needs of the moon person often go unfulfilled, and the sun often feels unrecognized in this relationship. Because the moon is looking to have its outer reflected, its inner reflected by the outer of the sun, and they don't see each other. They just don't have anything really in common. So it's one where the moon person, and typically both of them, but especially the moon person, feels a dissatisfaction, feels a lack of connection, feels that they are not being filled up or nurtured in the way that they need to be. And the sun can feel unappreciated, unrecognized, unseen, and unloved for what they do and what they do try to provide for the moon. So a lot of times you see this when the dynamic that this sets up is a relationship where the sun person is giving and trying to meet or see or understand or know the needs of the moon. So they think that they're giving what the moon needs. They're giving according to their sun. That's their perspective. The moon needs other things. Can't always communicate this. Just simply communicating that they have a hard time communicating is very hard. It's very difficult to see what the issue is here. We just know that we like each other. We're probably basically compatible in a lot of other ways, but we just don't strike that bell in each other of feeling that close intimacy or feeling like we're being filled up or satisfied by each other. So the sun person can feel like the moon person is like this black hole or this pit where whatever they do, whatever they say, whatever they try, it's not filling them up. So it's one where two people have to understand that you can only go so far out of your common way in order to fulfill somebody's needs or make them feel appreciated or seen. A lot of times people have to accept that this relationship can only provide so much satisfaction or so much connection or happiness. Now, having this aspect itself does not denote that we are incompatible. You may be in a lot of other ways. This aspect shows up a lot in married couples. It really is speaking about not inherent incompatibility, but inherent lack of fulfillment. So if you can understand that you will have to meet a lot of your personal needs outside of the relationship, in other relationships, in friendships, in activities, in however it is you define that. If both people are okay with that, this can actually work. Now, it's going to usually be unconventional. The agreement or the defining of the relationship after they realize that they're just not going to make it. They're going to have to bring in some other sources of satisfaction or love or understanding or connection in their lives. If you have a relationship where there's a lot of jealousy or possession, if there's a lot of insecurity going on between two people, this aspect, this inconjunction, is very difficult to deal with, because there is not going to be that freedom to find satisfaction or understanding or connection in other ways, because that doesn't happen in insecure relationships. There's a certain amount of possession that goes on here. So if we have two people that are otherwise very understanding, progressive thinkers, and basically like each other, this one can work. It's actually really attractive in the beginning of a relationship because it presents two people with somebody that's very, very different from them. And that in itself, it's almost like a puzzle, you know. They want to figure that other person out. It's very difficult to do. And over time, it's like a Rubik's Cube that you can't ever really get in the right place, and taking the stickers off and putting them back on so it makes sense is not an option with people. So it's one where you have to be really greatly understanding. You have to be compassionate towards what the other person is trying to bring into the relationship, how they are trying to appreciate you or bring you satisfaction or fulfillment. And, you know, just because it's not what you need or what you're looking for doesn't mean it's not valid, or that they shouldn't be appreciated or applauded or loved for what they are trying to do. The thing is that the styles are so different. It feels like withholding a lot when we have this in conjunction, but it's really about being very different in how you feel the moon and express the sun. So it's one where, you know, all inconjunctions are going to require a lot of understanding and adjustment in our behavior and in our thinking and our attitudes in order to make that connection. And this one can actually work out if we're willing to be understanding and kind of think beyond our original expectations, because inconjunctions always present that that issue of, you know, I thought I was going to have one thing, I've been trying for this, but this is what I have, so what do I do with this now? So it's, you know, really about leaving behind the shoulds and dealing with the what you haves. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please like my video and subscribe to my channel. You can find me on Facebook at Truth in Aspect Astrology. You can find me on the internet at truthinAspectAstrology.com. Yes, I do private consultation. I will be back more with super cool videos. I think this week I'll be concentrating on aspects, but I have a bunch of notes written up for Saturn Synastry series, so I think I'll pump that out super quick. And wrapping up my sun sign videos as well, so there will be more stuff coming, so pay attention. Bye-bye.